Hey guys, it's Chica. You know how I told you I was gonna go to the gym in my last video? Well, I never did. I lied. So I still hadn't gone. I got my membership on May 1st and it's already May 20th and I had failed to go. So today I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go swimming. And I was really all excited. I got home from work and packed up all my stuff and went to the gym. I get there and they're closed. They're closed on the 5th and 20th of every month. Of all the days I decide to go, the gym is closed. And since I'm so mad about this whole thing, I've decided to be even more counterproductive and eat my favorite Japanese ice cream, panap. Panap です。ジムに行けなくて悔しかったので、アイス買っちゃいました。This is my favorite, except I'm really disappointed because they put more of this, like, so it's layers of vanilla ice cream and this like strawberry jam type of thing, and they increase the strawberry jam and it's a little bit too much. So I like it before when it was, see how it's like swirls now? It used to just be one straight thing in the middle and I like that better. But anyway, I'm just mad, so I'm just gonna eat ice cream. Okay, what to vlog about? So I think I told you on my Facebook page, for those of you who haven't liked my Facebook page, you better like it because I post on there like every day about random things. And I posted a picture of me with the Backstreet Boys like over 10 years ago because I used to be a really big fan. And I told you that there's this big story behind how I met them and that I was going to share that with you on my vlog. So I'll do that today. Stop eating. This is going to melt, so I'm going to go put this over there. I'm going to go put it in my freezer. I really just wanted a bite. For those of you that are outside of Japan watching this are probably like, what, you like the Backstreet Boys? Yes, I used to love the Backstreet Boys. You can judge me. I know there's mixed opinions about boy bands, especially in the States. You know, there's girls like me that like them and then a lot of guys that didn't, and a lot of girls too. But in Japan, boy bands are fairly accepted by both girls and guys. So there's not this whole guys hate Backstreet Boys, and if you like them, you know, you're feminine or things like that. Okay, so how did I meet the Backstreet Boys? Well, on my way to work, my part-time job that I had at the time, I was listening to the radio station as usual, and I hear, win meet and greet passes and front row seats to whatever concert where the Backstreet Boys are performing. So it was this concert put on by the radio station, but a bunch of artists were performing and one of them was the Backstreet Boys. And I was like, what, how do I win? And for once it wasn't like, you have to be caller 106, because they always do that contest. They're like, be caller 106 and win tickets. And you never can be caller 106 because it's nearly impossible. You just get the busy signal all the time, right? But for once, it wasn't be caller 106. And they said, we're doing a Thanksgiving food drive. Whoever brings the most non-perishable food items by 6 p.m. tonight will get meet and greet and front row seats to this concert. And I was like, oh my gosh, for once it's something I can actually like do, like I could try and could really, really win. So I call up my friend and I'm like, there's this contest, we have to do it. She's a big Backstreet Boys fan as well. And at that time, there's already someone that had brought 1,700 food items. So we had to beat that by 6 p.m. It was about noon when I heard this. I was a student at the time with just this part-time job, so I obviously didn't have very much money either. So I call up my mom and I was like, hey mom, there's this contest and we have to buy as many food items. She's like, I'm not helping. I was like, damn it. I had to figure out the cheapest way to buy the most number of non-perishable food items and in a very short period of time. And so I went to work and I was browsing the internet looking for items that was cheap enough. A lot of cans are like, 50 cents to $1. So once you're trying to buy like 2,000 of them, it's really, really expensive. I was searching, and I found the perfect item. Top ramen. They're super cheap, they're super light. So all we had to do was find a crap load of them. So first, and my boss let me off work early. She's like, just go win this contest, like, just leave today. And so it's like, thank you. And I left and I called up my friend. I was like, okay, I'm off work. Let's go buy a crap load of Top Ramen. So we went to Safeway, the grocery store nearby, and bought their whole stock because they didn't know how many there were, so they had to count. So they scanned every single one. So that took forever. And we're like, we don't have time to go around to all the grocery stores and do this. We have to find a better way to buy more Top Ramen. And then I had a brilliant idea. I was like, Costco! Let's go to Costco! So we went to Costco, and on our way to Costco, I called them and I was like, I need a lot of top ramen. How many, top ramens do you have? They're like, we have a lot. And I was like, well, I need like a couple thousand. They're like, we have a ton of boxes. So at Costco, it's wholesale, right? So you can buy a box of top ramen, which has 36 top ramens in one box. And I said, I'm on my way. I'll be there in like 15 minutes. Can you just get 100 boxes of top ramen ready for me? So we get to Costco, and the staff person or the store person is carrying this big crate, a huge crate full of top ramen boxes. And he brings it out. It's like, and a couple of crates. Here's 100 boxes. And everyone's like, what are these girls doing? But we ended up buying 100 boxes of 36 top ramen. So 3,600 plus the 300 we bought. So we had basically 4,000 items. I just want to be safe because, it was 1,700 earlier, but who knows who brought what. It was about 5:30 and we had to get to a different town in 30 minutes. So we packed up our cars and we started driving, and we drove separately so we couldn't use the carpool lane. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna miss this opportunity to win just because of traffic. 5:30 to 6 o'clock, that's the worst time, that's rush hour. And we made it at 5:58. And of course, because you guys know that I have a picture with the Backstreet Boys, you'd also know that we won. And we got meet and greet passes and front row seats to this concert. I was imagining, hanging out with the Backstreet Boys and just like chatting with them and like sitting next to Nick Carter, my favorite member, and just like relaxing with them backstage, right? That's what I was picturing until the day of the concert. We get to the concert, we go backstage, and there's this meet and greet line. The Backstreet Boys are running late. By the time they got there, it was just 30 minutes before they had to get on stage. So it was like the fastest meet and greet you'd ever imagine. Just like, go in line, snap picture, bye. Go in line, snap picture, bye. You couldn't even get an autograph. They said no autographs because we just don't have time. And I was like, what? I bought 4,000 top ramens to just pass by them. God. So I was a little bit mad, but I was like, you know what? And told my friend, we should stand at the end of the line because I don't want people pushing me going faster. Maybe if we stand at the end of the line, we'll have a little bit of time while people are cleaning up to at least like get individual pictures with them because they were doing group photos. We couldn't even get individual pictures with them. We took our chances, got in the back of the line, and as expected, they were getting ready to clean up, so they were just kind of hanging out for a little while, and so we were able to talk to them just a little bit. And after we got our group picture, we had enough time for me to ask Nick Carter for a picture with just the two of us. And I was like, Crystal, to my friend, Crystal, take a picture. And so she took a picture of us, just me and Nick Carter. And then I look at my camera and it was blurry, but we had no time. So as we were walking out, I was like, oh, damn it, it's blurry. And then my favorite member, Nick Carter, right behind me was like, oh, let's take another one. And I was like, oh my God, he's hot and nice. And so we walk out and we're ready to get a picture. And my friend wanted to be in the picture too. So we asked the security guard, can you take a picture of the three of us? And he said, no, I'm not allowed to. What? We didn't get a picture. All I had was this blurry picture of Nick Carter and I, but it was fine because the fact that Nick was willing to take another picture with us was just enough. So I was very satisfied. After that, I started bawling. I don't know why. But it was seriously the best time of my life. And after that, the concert's starting. We're in the front row. And oh my gosh, the best view of them ever. Oh my God, it was so much fun. So that's how I met the Backstreet Boys. That's a good story, right? A very good story of determination and a crazy girl. It brings back so many memories just to watch their videos and listen to their songs, and I was like, wow, it was really, really crazy back then. But I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope you guys understood what I said. I know I talked a lot and really fast. I might just have to do a Japanese version of this so you understand. Yeah, maybe. All right. I'm going to the gym tomorrow. Yes, because I didn't get to go today. But I'm going to finish eating the rest of my panap. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.